Hello, if you are a white parent, my 10-minute workshop today is specifically for you. The title of my workshop is How to Make Sure You Don't Raise Racist Children. And the reason I came up with this workshop is many times, we talk about the problems, okay? And in my channel, I like to address various social issues that impact the Black community. But I feel like I wouldn't be doing my due diligence if I did not present some type of blueprint for white families, white people who want to be an ally, want to raise children who aren't racist and just giving you the tools. So I've also created a full practical workbook, and it's called How to Make Sure You Don't Raise Racist Children, a guide to guide you through this process. And you can purchase it. The link will be here. You can purchase it on Gumroad, and it is a PDF, and it's just a workbook, and you go through it with your children, and you just learn from it. Okay, so let's get into it. Why does this matter so urgently? Well, today's world does not need another generation of children who are silent in the face of injustice. It doesn't need more children who are uncomfortable talking about race, okay? Or who stay neutral because no one ever taught them better. And the beautiful thing about this generation, you all, is they are so open to very rarely are you going to find young people who are just straight up racist. You understand? Or straight up prejudiced towards people. And if you do, it is because it's what they've been taught in homes, honestly. But the majority of young people today, regardless of their color, thank God for hip hop. Thank God for the contributions of Black people, right? Because one thing about hip hop, we even saw this through this whole Kendrick and Drake beef, is that hip hop will bring people together. Sports and music is one thing that is a common denominator that most people love. Okay? So, our generations to come, white children in America are being shaped by racial messages every single day, whether parents talk about it or not. Okay? It's through media, school, conversations, and even silence. And most powerfully, through the behaviors and choices that adults around them. So, if you're not intentionally raising an anti racist child, you are unintentionally raising a child who will be complicit in racism. Silence teaches something, color blindness teaches something, avoidance teaches something. The question is no longer, should we talk about race? The question is, will you teach your child truth, courage, and action, or will you leave them to learn racism by default? So let's jump right into it. Understanding racism today. First, let's get this really clear, okay? Racism is not just individual hate, it is a system, okay? It is a set of structures, advantages, and privileges that shape everything from education to housing to healthcare. And unless white children are taught to see it and resist it, they will absorb it and benefit from it without a question. And it's so easy to do that because when the world caters to you, you don't have any reason, you don't even know what to question because that's your norm. So, white privilege, you all need to know this, is not feeling guilty. It's about acknowledging that the world treats you differently because of your skin and choosing to use that reality to fight for justice and not comfort. So that's what you have to understand. So many times when you hear the word white privilege, many of y'all get it confused because when you hear the word privilege, you just assume we're talking about, well, I didn't have to struggle. I'm white. I didn't grow up rich. No, we're not talking about that. And come on. I need you to stop being so defensive and open your mind up to learn. We know damn well that most white folk did not grow up with a silver spoon in their mouth. Hell, we can go to the coal mines of West Virginia and see that. White privilege is the fact that your skin color alone gives you rights, privileges, and access that other people without your skin tone will not have. Point blank and period. Maybe the word privilege is not the right word because that's throwing some of you off. You have to also know that inaction is a choice, and it is one that perpetrates harm. If you sit back, think about so many times during slavery, during the Jim Crow era, during segregation, during the civil rights movement, when white people, some whites, they didn't say anything. And not saying anything is saying a lot because either you're for something or you're against it. You're not going to be Switzerland in this thing, okay? We're not neutral. We're talking about life and death, generations to come. So, what are common mistakes that some white parents make? Let's jump into it. Even the most well meaning white parents often make critical mistakes when it comes to raising children around race. One, believing children are too young to understand race. Children notice racial differences by 6 months old, studies show. Biases begin to form as early as 3 years old. Another mistake, you teach color blindness. Saying that we don't see color sounds nice, but teaches children to ignore real injustice and dismiss people's identities. Stop saying you don't see color. Unless you are blind, you better see it. Third, staying silent when racism happens. Silence is interpreted by children as permission. If I see somebody stealing, if I see my child stealing, and I don't say, offspring, stop stealing, they're going to think that it's okay because I didn't stop them. Same with race and prejudice and discrimination. You must speak up because they need to see that inaction makes you complicit. Action makes you a changer. You want to make a change. Another mistake, centering white comfort, avoiding hard conversations because you feel awkward. Awkward, and it teaches children that protecting their own comfort matters more than standing for what's right. How many times, especially, I mean, y'all get mad when I talk about slavery, but we got to talk about America's original sin. Some of you white women, you sat back, quiet, knowing the atrocities that were going on. Third, what your child is learning without you realizing. Every day, parents, your child is absorbing lessons about race, even if you're not directly talking about it. So ask yourself, white parents, who are the heroes they learn about? What books and shows do they consume? Who holds power in the stories they see? Who is missing entirely? Some of you, and it is possible to live an entirely white existence where you don't come in contact, your children don't come in contact with black kids or other people because they may go to predominantly white schools. Many of y'all go to predominantly white churches. Many of you all go predominantly white spaces. And that is what your child is seeing, and that's not reality. I never forget when I went off to undergrad at Penn State back in '89. One of our advisors was preparing us black students and students of color and saying, listen, you may meet some white kids who have never been in the room with a black person. I thought that was absurd. That was crazy. But it was true. And it's sad. Whiteness is often treated as the default in media, education, religion, and politics. Without active, corrective conversations at home, children will grow up believing that's natural and that power, leadership, and beauty belong to white people by default. You are doing your children a disservice, y'all. The reality is, and the white folk, you got to understand this, and this is why so many racist white folk in power are upset now. White people are the minority. You are not the majority. The majority of people in this country and world are non-white. So you better teach your children, for survival's sake alone, you better teach them how to get along with people of color. So if this is resonating with you all, and if you're realizing how much work happens daily, even in small moments, I want to remind you, I created a workbook specifically for this journey to guide you through it. It's filled with practical tools you can start using right now. It's scripts, exercises, and journal prompts to raise a different kind of child. And the link to download it is below. So, how to interpret this at home. Here's how to be an active anti-racist parent every day. Talk about race early and often. Normalizing naming differences and celebrating them. Diversify your books and shows and toys. Representation matters. Who your child sees and shapes they value. Your child shouldn't just be playing with white dolls. Shouldn't just be watching shows where there's no black or no brown people. Model speaking. Model speaking up, y'all. Challenge racist jokes, comments, and assumptions. I know y'all have them when you gather with your families. Hell, some of you in your own churches, in your church parking lot, in public and family gathered everywhere. Challenge that. Let your children see that, hey, my mom don't tolerate this. We not doing no racist jokes up in here. No. Next, teach the history they won't get in school. Teach about slavery. Have some courage, white parents. Teach about America's original sin. Teach about Jim Crow, redlining, the civil rights movement, the Black Lives Matter movements, and the continued struggles today. Encourage activism. Teach them that being an ally isn't passive, it's standing up even when it's hard. And create a family anti racist pledge. Make sure your family values and commits to it. So, you all, what raising an anti racist child really looks like, it looks like courage. It looks like a child being the one who speaks up in class when a racist comment is made. It looks like your teenager choosing to lose friends rather than laugh at racist jokes, y'all. I'm going to stop right here at part one, and we're going to pick up part two. Okay.